is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my Blu-ray DVD collection for 2020 and Sci-Fi Part 2. So, starting off, at first we have The Hunger Games Catching Fire from 2013, probably my least favorite of the Hunger Games franchise. And then, of course, we have The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 from 2014. And probably one of my favorites, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I really like this one a lot, the conclusion. Alright, up next we have I Am Legend from 2007. Fantastic film. 2-disc special edition with Will Smith. I like to call this my Will Smith section because it used to be that I'd have like 3 Will Smith movies in a row. I, Robot from 2004 with Will Smith. Fantastic film. Directed by Alexis Poyas. Bridget Moynihan. Really enjoy that film. Sonny the Robot was fantastic in that. Up next we have In Time from 2011. Yeah, I really like this movie a lot with Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried. Really some cool concepts in that film. Up next we have Inception, of course. Christopher Nolan's masterpiece, in my opinion. My favorite Christopher Nolan film from 2010. Leo DiCaprio, fantastic. Ellen Page, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Tom Hardy, Ken Watanabe, Marion Cotillard, Michael Caine, Cillian Murphy, Tom Berenger. Just a fantastic film. Alright, up next we have Independence Day from 1996. Love this movie. Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith, of course, fantastic. Bill Pullman is the president. Yeah, the action scenes are great. Love the first Independence Day. And I also got the sequel on Blu-ray, Independence Day Resurgence from 2016. The less said about this, the better. Up next, we have another Christopher Nolan entry, Interstellar from 2014, with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Michael Caine. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. I know it does have its detractors, this film, but I think it's great. Up next, we have Invaders from Mars from 1953, special edition. Good classic 50s sci-fi. Another classic 50s sci-fi, we have Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1956 with Kevin McCarthy and Dana Winter. Fantastic movie. And I also got the 1978 remake, Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978. Collector's edition, fantastic as well, with Donald Sutherland, Leonard Nimoy, a young Jeff Goldblum. Alright, up next we have The Invisible from 2007. Yeah, good little film this. I really like the performance by Margarita Levieva. She's fantastic in this little film. Yeah, good movie that. Up next we have Iron Sky from 2012. Yeah, Nazis in space. Good fun. Could have been better, I thought, but I still enjoyed it. Up next we have The Island from 2005. Really underrated. I think this is one of Michael Bay's best films overall, with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson. Great action, great movie about cloning. Yeah, I love The Island. I think it's a fantastic film. Up next we have It Came From Beneath the Sea from 1953. Again, featuring special effects by Ray Harryhausen. And then up next we have It Came From Outer Space from 1955. Good classic 50s sci-fi. Up next we have John Carter from 2012 with Taylor Kitsch. I enjoy John Carter. I like the sort of bookend storytelling of this film. I know it flopped big time, and but having really no knowledge of it going into it, I enjoyed it. It's not great, obviously, but I still enjoyed it. Up next, we have Journey to the Center of the Earth from 2008. Yeah, with Brendan Fraser, Josh Hutcherson. Good fun. Yeah, not great, but Brendan Fraser always good. So I enjoyed that film. Up next, we have Judge Dredd, Stallone, of course, from 1995. I'm on Asante, Diane Lane, love her, Rob Schneider. Yeah, Judge Dredd has its moments, that's for sure. Up next, we have K-Pax from 2001, Collector's Edition. Yeah, good little film. Good performance by Kevin Spacey, Jeff Bridges. Yeah, I enjoyed that film. Right, guys, moving on down. Up next, we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space from 1988. Really fun movie. Leave that out so it's easier to work here. Up next, we have Knowing from 2009. Yeah, directed by Alex Proyas again. This is a fantastic underrated flick with Nicolas Cage, Rose Byrne. Up next, we have Life from 2017 with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson. It was decent. Your typical sort of creature specimen in space going awry. I enjoyed it. Up next, we have Lockout from 2012, unrated edition with Guy Pearce and Maggie Grace. Not great, but still pretty enjoyable. Up next, we have Logan's Run, the 1976 classic with Michael York and Jenny Agutter. Yeah, good classic 70s sci-fi. Up next, we have Looper, a fantastic film from 2012 by Rian Johnson. I really loved it when I saw it. Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Emily Blunt. Yeah, probably my favorite Rian Johnson film, to be honest. Up next, we have Lucy from 2014. Yeah, directed by Luc Besson, Scarlett Johansson, and Morgan Freeman. I really liked a lot of this film. I just felt it was too short. A lot of cool action, a lot of cool concepts. I really dug it. Alright, up next we have the Mad Max franchise. The first one, of course, from 1979. Special edition. Mel Gibson, directed by George Miller, just a fantastic film. Next we have The Road Warrior from 1981, also fantastic. Then we have Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome with Tina Turner, of course, from 1985. Not great, to be honest. And then we got the return of Mad Max Fury Road from 2015. Just a fantastic film, obviously. Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron, Nicholas Hoult. Fantastic visuals. George Miller, one of the best films of 2015. Okay, up next we have Mars Attacks from 1996, directed by Tim Burton. Yeah, really fun movie. I've always liked this film. Jack Nicholson is great as the president. Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Sarah Jessica Parker, Michael J. Fox. Yeah, I've always enjoyed Mars Attacks. Up next, we have The Martian from 2015, a fantastic film, one of my favorites of the past decade, to be honest. Directed by Ridley Scott. Loved everything about it. The cinematography is awesome. The music is great. Matt Damon is fantastic, and the supporting cast, especially on Earth, like Kristen Wiig and Jeff Daniels, Sean Bean, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Jessica Chastain. Just a brilliant film. I absolutely loved The Martian. Up next, we have my Matrix box sets. Of course, The Matrix from 1999, absolute classic. Keanu and Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Joey Pantoliano, Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith, fantastic. Then the disappointing sequels, The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions, both from 2003. Got Monica Bellucci in there. I did enjoy especially the ending fight in The Matrix Revolutions Reloaded was my least favorite, and this also comes with the Animatrix as well. Nice big box set for The Matrix right there. Right, guys, moving on. Up next we have the Maze Runner trilogy. The first one from 2014. Yeah, much like your Hunger Games or Divergent series, sort of these teen, young adult adventure sci-fi thriller types. Dylan O'Brien and what's his name? I think it's Thomas Brody Sangster from Game of Thrones in this. Patricia Clarkson, love her as an actress. Aidan Gillen in these as well from Game of Thrones, Littlefinger. So yeah, Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials from 2015, probably my least favorite of the three, and Maze Runner, The Death Cure from 2018. Alright, up next we have Melancholia from 2011, directed by Lars von Trier. Fantastic film. I really enjoyed it with Kirsten Dunst, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Alexander Skarsgård, Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, really beautiful and tragic at the same time. Up next we have the Men in Black films, deluxe edition, the first one of course from 1997. Fantastic. Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah, I still enjoyed the first one a lot. Men in Black 2 from 2002, not as good. Widescreen special edition, probably my least favorite up until the most recent one. Men in Black International from last year. I did not love. Lara Flynn Boyle as the villain in this doesn't really do it for me. But I did like Men in Black 3 from 2012 with Josh Brolin in there. Yeah, this one I kind of dug. Probably my second favorite next to the first one. Up next we have Midnight Special from 2016. Yeah, really underrated flick with Michael Shannon. Fantastic. Kirsten Dunst again. Joel Edgerton, Adam Driver. Really good film, that. Up next we have Minority Report from 2002. One of my favorite films of that year, directed by Steven Spielberg. Just a fantastic movie. Tom Cruise, Samantha Morton, Colin Farrell. The visuals, the story, everything about this film is just great. One of my favorite sci-fis of the 2000s, that's for sure. Up next we have Mission to Mars from 2000s, directed by Brian De Palma. I like a lot of this film. I know some people hate the ending, but I kind of dig the ending a little bit. But for the most part, I really enjoy this film. Yeah, Tim Robbins, Gary Sinise, Don Cheadle, Jerry O'Connell, I believe. Yeah, good film. I like it a lot. Okay, up next we have Mortal Engines from 2018. Yeah, Hugo Weaving, sort of Lord of the Rings filmmakers. It was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was fine. Up next we have Never Let Me Go from 2010. Yeah, really good flick. Keira Knightley and Andrew Garfield, Carey Mulligan. I really enjoyed that film a lot. Up next we have Next. Yeah, another good Nicolas Cage futuristic thriller from 2007 with Julianne Moore and Jessica Biel. Basically where you can see like 15 seconds into the future. Up next we have Oblivion from 2013, one of my favorite sci-fis of this past decade. I love this movie with Tom Cruise, Olga Kurylenko, Morgan Freeman, Andrea Riseborough. Fantastic visuals, great action, really great story. I loved Oblivion. Up next we have Open Your Eyes from 1997 with Penelope Cruz, or Abre los Ojos. Yeah, Vanilla Sky is a remake of this film. Up next we have Outland from 1981. Sean Connery, sort of a western in space, really good. Peter Boyle, yeah, sort of a forgotten movie from Sean Connery's resume. Up next we have Pacific Rim from 2013. Yeah, directed by Guillermo del Toro. I like the first one a lot. Charlie Hunnam and Idris Elba. Charlie Day, love him. He's a little funny. Yeah, the first one's fine. And I also got the sequel with John Boyega in there. Pacific Rim Uprising from 2018. Not as good as the first one, I thought. Up next we have Passengers from 2016, I believe. Yeah, one of my favorite films of that year. I love this movie with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. Great setting and just really great chemistry and tension between these two. Really good film. I really enjoyed that. Up next we have Paycheck from 2003. I believe this is a John Woo film, if I'm remembering right. Yep. Yeah, Ben Affleck and Uma Thurman, Aaron Eckhart. Yeah, good fun, fast-paced movie. I like it. Up next we have Phenomenon from 1996. Yeah, John Travolta and Kira Sedgwick, Robert Duvall, Forrest Whitaker. Not too bad. Up next we have Phoenix Forgotten from 2017. Yeah, sort of a found footage UFO alien movie. I liked it. I like all stuff about UFOs and aliens, so I dug it. It wasn't great. Sort of an unknown cast, but still pretty interesting. Right, guys, moving on. Up next we have Pitch Black, unrated director's cut. Yeah, from 2000, directed by David Twohy. This is a really good film with Vin Diesel, Radha Mitchell, Keith David. Of course, it's spawned like the Chronicles of Riddick, but I really dig the first one, Pitch Black. It's a cool film. Up next, we have Pixels from 2015. Yeah, with Adam Sandler and Kevin James, Josh Gad, Peter Dinklage. I liked it. I'm not really a fan of Adam Sandler and Kevin James movies in general when they team up, but I did enjoy this one. Up next we have Plan 9 from Outer Space, of course directed by Ed Wood, one of the worst films ever made, from 1959, starring Bela Lugosi. You gotta revel in the badness that is Plan 9 from Outer Space. Alright, up next we have the original Planet of the Apes from 1968. 35th anniversary widescreen edition. Yeah, Charlton Heston, Roddy McDowall, fantastic. Up next we have Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes from 2001 with Mark Wahlberg, 2-disc special edition. I like parts of this movie. I know it got crapped on a lot. I like the ending a lot. The final scene. Yeah, Tim Roth and Michael Clark Duncan, Helena Bonham Carter. It's okay. Up next we have Project Almanac from 2015. Yeah, good sort of teen sci-fi futuristic time travel thriller. That's not too bad. Up next we have Prometheus from 2012, 4-disc collector's edition. Yeah, directed by Ridley Scott. I like this film. Like I said when I talked about Alien Covenant, I did like this with Noomi Rapace and Michael Fassbender, Idris Elba, Charlize. I enjoyed Prometheus. Up next we have Rampage from 2018 with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah, good fun. The creatures are crazy and ridiculous, but it's kind of a cool movie. I liked it. Up next, Ready Player One. Yeah, Steven Spielberg's film from 2018. I enjoyed it. Cool seeing all those that IP on screen. But the lead, he wasn't that great. But there's some good stuff in Ready Player One. I liked it. I love Steven Spielberg, and that's in his wheelhouse. Up next, we have Real Steel from 2011 with Hugh Jackman, Rock'em Sock'em Robots brought to life. Yeah, it was good fun. I enjoyed it. Up next, we have a snapper case, which are the bane of my existence. Red Planet. from 2000. Yeah, along with Mission to Mars, they both came out the same year. I like Mission to Mars better than Red Planet. This one with Val Kilmer, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Tom Sizemore. It's okay. It's not great. But like I said, I like Mission to Mars better than that one. Alright, up next we have the modern Planet of the Apes movies. With Rise of the Planet of the Apes in 2011. Yeah, good film. James Franco, Andy Serkis, fantastic as Caesar. Tom Fenton from Harry Potter. I like his scenes at the beginning of the movie. Ugh. These goddamn snapper cases, man. Can never put stuff back in because shit gets caught on the end of them. See, I can't even get it back in here. I gotta do it like that. This is not gonna work. Alright, put that in first and then put this in. That makes sense. Alright. So yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes from 2014 is probably my least favorite of the three. But I really did love War for the Planet of the Apes in 2017. This is probably my favorite of the three. Woody Harrelson's great in it. This has got a real sort of The Great Escape vibe to it. It's like a proper war movie. Just a fantastic film. Actually, one of my favorites of that year. Up next, we have The Road from 2009. Fantastic film with Viggo, of course, and Charlize Theron. Robert Duvall, Cody Smith-McPhee. Really great movie. Up next, we have the RoboCop remake from 2014 with Joel Kinnaman. Good supporting cast. People like Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Keaton, Gary Oldman, to name a few. Yeah, I love the original RoboCop, and I had that on Criterion Collection. That's why it's not in here. But yeah, the remake was okay. Up next, we have Rollerball from 1975. Norman Jewison film starring James Caan. Classic. I did not like the remake of Rollerball, I'll tell you that much. Up next, we have The Running Man from 1987. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Classic. Special edition. Yeah, big fan of The Running Man. Richard Dawson, awesome. Maria Conchita Alonso. Yaphet Kotto. Yeah, really big fan of that film. Up next, we have Selfless from 2015 with Ryan Reynolds and Ben Kingsley. Not too bad from what I remember. Up next, we have Serenity, Collector's Edition from, when did this come out now? 2003, I believe. With, yeah, Nathan Fillion and Summer Glau, Alan Tudyk, Marina Baccarin. I did not watch Firefly before I saw this movie, and I didn't watch Firefly until well after I saw this film. But I liked the movie a lot. I think this was 2005, now that I'm remembering it. But yeah, big fan of Firefly and Browncoats, of course. Really fun, interesting dialogue, just really cool setting, good action, and Serenity sort of put me onto that. And last but not least, for this part 2 of Sci-Fi, we'll end with Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow from 2004. Visually, a really interesting film. Special collector's edition. Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Angelina Jolie. I like this film a lot. So that is Sci-Fi part 2. Up next, we'll be finishing off Sci-Fi with part 3. So thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.
Bond. James Bond.